Cheers, 17 everybody. This is Munising Beer. I'm just going to do a quick little video here. I'm going to do a tasting, and I was going to do a bottling tonight and a beer tonight. I have a couple other projects that I'm working on, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to get to that or not. The ale that's in here is certainly ready to go in the bottle. It's nice and stable. About 62.5, 63 degrees. It's ready to go. I just got to get to that. I have a few more bottles to get cleaned, and I'll be bottling that. I'll either do that later this evening or I'll do that tomorrow. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do my first ever commercial tasting. But this is Pliny the Elder. This beer here is rated 100 of 100 on Beer Advocate, and my mother brought it back for me from San Diego. She got back last week, and I got to get this gone because if you read the label, let's see, what does it say? Respect your elder, keep cold, drink fresh, do not age. Pliny the Elder is a historical figure. Don't make the beer inside this bottle one. Not a barley wine, do not age. Age your cheese, not your Pliny. Respect hops, consume fresh. If you must, sit on eggs, not on Pliny. Do not save for a rainy day. Pliny is for savoring, not for saving. Consume Pliny fresh or not at all. And this is supposed to be a very hoppy beer, so we're going to give it a check here. I haven't even got, just the cap the seal's broken over here, and all I can smell is hops. It's amazing. So this is the glass I got in Chicago. I'm going to try out my new Guinness glass, obviously with not a Guinness, but a little aggressive here and get a little bit of a head on it. Just so I can see how she smells. Like I said, oh yeah, there's a citrusy, a piney. Yeah, there's no malt smell at all. It's all hops. It's got actually a fairly persistent head. It's got a beautiful color. Nice light golden color. Very meringue-like head, which tastes like nothing but hops. It's got a little bitterness to it, which works well. If one of the times during your brewing that you enjoy is when you first open the hops, you'll love this. This is definitely a hoppy beer. My father would not drink this. This is amazing. Yep, I agree. That is good beer. That having been said, like I said, this is going to be just a quick video. This will probably be this week's Homebrew Wednesday, coming up in about 3 days. But then hopefully I'll have updates on all of the rest of the projects that I'm working on here at the moment. We'll get this ale in the bottle. This one is one where I'm going to brew an incredibly similar batch right at the same time, which is why I'm not sure that I'm going to do it this evening. I'd waited all day. It was over 90 degrees here today, and I was going to wait for evening, and it's still really muggy in here. And firing up the burner just does not sound pleasant. And so I haven't quite decided. I'm going to clean some bottles up and see where I'm at. But I do not want to bottle until I'm ready to brew, because this is one where I'm going to pitch this right on top of that yeast cake, sort of. After Craig Tube's JTV cast yesterday, because it's Saturday today, I had called and talked to him, and he had said that Memorex, I think, had told him to just scoop out a cup of the yeast out of there, as opposed to just pitching it on that entire yeast cake, so that you avoid some of the true. And I think that's probably where I'm going to go. I'm going to sterilize a cup, probably a pretty good sized cup, and kind of tip that and scoop that out of there so it's ready to go. And then go ahead and clean that fermenter all the way out and get all the rest of the true out of there, and then use that to pitch over the top. That'll save some of that dead stuff and waste that's at the bottom of that true from getting in that beer. Have some interesting bottles that I picked up my brother-in-law's camp a couple weeks ago. I'm going to clean those up and see how they do. I'm probably going to bottle in some of those as well. Some old bottles. But so I have some cleanup to do. I have, like I said, I have a fair number of projects. I have a new grain mill, sort of, that I bought, and it's it's not a fancy dancy one. It's this one here. We're going to see how it works. It's one of the projects I've already completed today. I bought a bolt and some washers and some nuts, and I built this attachment here. I took the handle off and I built this attachment so that I can hook my drill to it. I have to sort out how coarse and fine I can make this. If I can make this coarse enough, because this is all the instructions on this are for making flour, but everything I read said it'll go coarse enough to do what I need to do. And so what I did was, at the homebrew shop, I had some of my grain milled, and then some of it I left whole. And so I'll have something to compare it to. I'm going to run it through there, see how it comes out. I'll run through just a little bit. I'll run through a cup or two, compare it, adjust the grain, and see if I can get something that's consistent enough that'll do the job. If that's going to work, that'll be awesome, because I don't know if you've priced it, but if you just buy a 50-pound bag of base malt, you can buy a lot of grain for a fairly inexpensive amount. And my hop growing project is, well, 50-50. My fuggle did not come up. It did not sprout. The people at Fresh Hops were going to send me a new rhizome, but it's already really late in the year, and so I don't know whether that's going to come, and even if it comes, if it's even what it's going to do this year. Obviously, I'm not going to get hops probably this year of any quantity, even from the ones in, because they say like 10 to 15% the first year, 80% the second year, 100% the third year. But eventually, I'll have hops growing in the backyard. The whole going over top of a yeast that you already have sounds pretty. If you keep the stuff in the pipeline and you're brewing similar beers, I'd like to have two different ones in the pipeline, so that I have a lighter and a darker going, so that I can use those yeast several times anyway, not indefinitely, but so that any given day when I go, I'd really like to brew today, if I had some base malt, all I need is a little bit of specialty malt and maybe a little bit of yeast, and I can brew. And that's kind of the goal of where I'm at right now as we go along. And so that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where the brew cave is headed. Thumbs up for Pliny the Elder. It's incredible. One of the other things I'm doing today is I'm taking one of my tops, for one of my buckets that has the little bitty grommet in it, and I'm going to take my Dremel and I'm going to put a hole in it so that I can use this particular bung here, so that I have a larger hole in the top, mainly because that will allow me to use my my feet to do gravity samples without popping the lid off completely. Because if you look at this one here, you'll see that it's got, well, you probably can't see it. It's got just the little grommet in the airlock goes right in there, which works and it's fine. It just means that if you need to do a specific gravity on that to see where it's at, you need to pull the cover to do that, and that just adds another chance when you can open it up to the air, and I'm trying to eliminate some of those possible spots. I think that's all for today, and I hope people who are watching the videos are enjoying them. I don't know that I at this point have much to add to the conversation. I'm mostly repeating the things that have been told to me, but as we move forward, I hope that I will actually be adding to our community and our conversation. But for now, it's just great to be part of this community, and those of you who are already part of it, you know that this community is amazing. Those who are just stumbled on to my video, there's a ton of videos out there. CraigTube, Jake and Dar, Memorex, Maniac, Arrogant Bastard Ale, a lot of folks, and I'm missing a ton of folks as well. And I like the Northern Brewer and the Brew TV guys also do an awesome job. But if you want to find a spot to sort this information out, go to 17crew.com, the number 17crew.com, and it's just a depository of information for homebrew folks. And there's a lot of JTV casts, and it lists them, and those are just nights where we get together and talk a little bit about homebrew and listen to some good tunes, and it's certainly worth checking out. I think that's all for today. I think I already said that once, but cheers, 17!